Mark, the complaint Liverpool fans had was that Alexis Mac Allister suffered a head injury in the build-up to Brian Mbeumo scoring. The head injury being caused by Virgil van Dijk is irrelevant, isn't it? Because it's still a head injury. So what actually are the rules and what should happen in that situation?
Yeah, I feel for Michael Oliver, the referee, because he's in a position where it's a really difficult one to judge. He initially thought that the two Liverpool players had collided with each other. So therefore, it's no foul. So he allows the game to continue that split second. And within that split second, or even 1 second, he's then got to judge, is Mac Allister in any danger with the injury? He doesn't know it's a head injury. He's just looking at the play. And what we've seen and I've certainly seen it in other matches this season, players are going down, holding their head when it's not even their head. So it's a really difficult one for the referee to stop initially. If it goes out and it's in the midfield area, it's very easy for the referee to blow. It's in the middle of the pitch. It's in a neutral zone. Therefore, it's simple. This one is not so simple because within 1 or 2 seconds, Manchester United are breaking and Liverpool are exposed at that point. If he blows that whistle when Manchester United are on the edge of the penalty area, which was maybe 2 or 3 seconds after the initial collision, this would have been more controversial than not blowing that split second. Because when the goal's gone in, Michael Oliver's gone back to the player and immediately he's brought the trainer on. And then, the club have to go through the protocol of concussion, making sure that the player's welfare and his safety is utmost. But Michael Oliver has that window of split second to make that judgment call. And when you've got that judgment call and a team's breaking, it's very, very difficult to blow at that moment. And I think you're hoping that the goal doesn't score and it goes out for a goal kick and you can come back. It's only controversial because a goal was scored, but it's certainly not Michael Oliver's fault. And it wasn't Manchester United's fault that them two players made that collision. So for me, because it's no foul, that Michael Oliver is blameless in this situation.
I'm going to peel back the curtain on the podcast a little bit because before we were recording, Graeme asked you about the concussion protocols. It's super interesting. Could you just explain what they are and how that works?
Yeah, what I'm unless something's changed over recent times, the doctors are certainly watching. One doctor watching on a monitor, so they see because what you have is physios and doctor inside the technical area, but they're sometimes having access to the monitor. But there is a doctor looking at the monitor, see player has been concussed, he's been knocked out, and therefore this gives an opportunity for the protocol to come in where player has lost consciousness, and the player's automatically removed from the field on the field, and won't play any further part in the match. But if they don't believe from that video evidence that the player hasn't suffered or hasn't been knocked out, or he hasn't suffered a moment of lapse, or they'll ask him a series of questions. Could be the score, what on the game, player. All of these questions is to work out is the player continue. If they don't believe that he suffered concussion. I think if Liverpool felt Allister had cushion, then the player should play any further in the game. And there can be an argument. Did it affect the rest of his performance during the game? Maybe it did, but that's got nothing to do with the match. That's got nothing to do with Oliver. That's football club dealing with their own player.
And just to make sure we're dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, Liverpool fans also wanted a penalty for handball on when Amad Diallo blocked a cross. Just want to check if you thought that was a penalty.
I never thought it was at the time, and I've watched it many times. Again, it's just, the arms are in a natural position. Yeah, what he tries to do, he tries to say the referee had hit his chest, which that winds me up, because what the player's saying is, it's hit my chest. It didn't hit his chest. It actually hit his arm, but he's turning away, and his arms were quite close to his body. And what we've got to understand in the Premier League is they seem to have a higher threshold for handballs. And people either like it or hate it, but we're getting less and less handballs when the ball strikes the arm, and I'm quite happy with that. Yes, there will be a point where there will be a bit of controversy because one is given, but in general, I believe that the Premier League have handball, the law on handball, much, much better.